Hello, welcome to my channel today. Today I'm going to show you how to make a hollow Italian horn charm. Seen someone was looking for a hollow Italian horn charm and couldn't find one from their suppliers. All they had was solid ones, and the solid ones, when they get bigger, can be, well, they can all get kind of heavy, and that would be quite heavy and expensive if it was in solid gold. So I thought maybe I'd try and make one in a hollow, and here's the way I went about it. I first of all went online and Googled images of Italian horn charms and found one I liked, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to go to add a picture plane, and then I go to where I have my horn, and there's my horn. I click it, I go to center, and I hit the F1, and let's say we'll make a big one because these would be very heavy. That'd be about 40 some millimeters tall. So what we're going to do is I'm going to trim away some of this excess white background and grab the rectangle, and I'll use that for my cutting plane. Select the cutting objects with this, right click it, select the object to trim. I'm going to click this and hit escape to get out. Highlight the rectangle I no longer need it. I'll delete that. Now before I get started, I'll highlight this one time and I'll come over to my alignment tool, align objects, right click it, go to align the centers, and I'll click F1 and I'll click it, and we should be aligned. Let me try it one more time just to make sure. Align the center, F1. Oh, I think we're okay. Well, let's try it again. Align the center, F1, and there. We're in center right now. Now I'm going to go to my top viewport, and I'm going to escape out of that, and I will nudge it up there so we're not drawing right on top of our image there, and I'll lock this in place. Now I'm going to take a line and I'm going to draw just a basic line somewhere about from here to here. About like that. Try it again. I probably didn't catch it right. There we go. Now I'm going to rebuild this line. And I rebuilt the line when you draw like this, when I'm drawing a straight line, I know I could have just taken a curve and I could have picked dots, but you get too many points and you kind of estimate how many points you would actually need to make this. I guessed maybe 3 points or 10 points, so I changed it to a degree 3 with 10 points. I click OK. Now I grab the points, and I'm not going to turn this into a video on point editing. We're just going to make it quickly. I just don't want you to waste time watching how to point edit everything very precise and accurately. For this, we're just going to do what we need to do today and get it so it looks good. And I think we're going to be pretty good with there. I'm not going to get too fussy about it today. When you try this, you can do it on adjust it however you want. I'll hit the escape. Now I'm going to draw another one, and I'm not going to connect them I just want them close, and I won't connect it. And I'll do something like that. Rebuild my line again. Okay. And we're going to start pulling those over. Oops, let me back that up. Turn our points on. And we'll see. Let me see if I did this right. Let me rebuild this line one more time. Make sure I did it okay. Yes, it should be okay. All right. Let's see. We'll turn our points on. There we go. Sometimes when you design things, come up little issues every now and then. We'll try not to touch those end points for right now. And I think we're almost there. Good enough for our purposes today. When you do yours, you can play with it as much as you want. All right, that'll be good. We'll escape out of there. Now we can hide this as we no longer need this. We can delete this. And we'll delete it. And there's our curves, our basic curve outlines. I'm going to turn on the points for right now. And I'm going to, I want to line these top points. So I come here again, and I'm going to line them this way. So they'll both be in line with each other there. You can see how they're different. So I get this, and I can just drag it up to there, and then I'll escape that. I'm going to put a couple guide points here. I might even adjust this one just a little bit there. I'm going to put a couple of alignment points so when we line things up, we'll be okay. I'm going to put it on the end. A couple points on each end there. Point on each end. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here to the perspective viewpoint, and I'm going to draw a circle, 2-point circle, from those point to that point. And I'm going to draw one down here. Right click to repeat the command. And I'll draw one there. Hit the escape button. And what I'd like to do now is see if I can put a point in the center of that circle. I'll come out here, my O snap, center. And there I have one. And I'll do one there. Good. Now I can get rid of these points. I can just delete those. That point. That point. Get those points out of the way there for a minute. We'll just keep these center ones, center points. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a 2-rail sweep. I'm going to click this one first rail, my second rail, my one little circle there, and my one circle there. Right click it, and now I'm going to click OK. I'm going to hide the ISO curves, and there is our basic horn. Now it's not a solid object, so because we have a hole opening on each end where the circles was, so I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to type in cap, C-A-P, enter, and now you can see over here it's a closed solid poly surface. We could actually print that or mill it the way it is. It'd be quite heavy, but what this video is about is how to make it a hollow one, so it will be much lighter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line with my grid snap on, and I'll just draw a line all the way through it, and I'm going to split it. I'll use the split tool, split it, select objects to split would be the horn. Cutting objects would be the line we just drew. I'm going to delete that line. And now we have, I'll flip that over. I'll rotate that. What we have here is two half shells. Let me flip that back over though and do something here. I want to get those points, so I have those points on each half the same point. I'm going to hide this one, and we can also get rid of the curves. We don't need those anymore. I'm going to I want to copy these 2 points, so I'm going to highlight it, shift key down and shift key down, and I want to copy those in place there. Now I'm going to click, there's 2 points there now, both, one's on top of the other one, so it doesn't matter which. Hold my shift key down, I'll pick one, and they're going to group those. So I grouped that. Now what I want to do, I want to grab my group of points and this one, and I want to group them together. So basically I have a point on this one, points on that one, and I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to bring this one in. I'll hide this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just group it all, highlight the points in this part, and I'll group that together there. Now I'll flip this over. Now we have 2 shells. They have no thickness to them whatsoever. So you can't really print these or build them or do anything with them except build them solid. So because this is just paper thin, it's not even really an object, so to speak. If you tried to mill it or anything, it wouldn't be anything to mill. So what I'm going to do, or print it, you wouldn't have anything. So we're going to have to make these shells some thickness to the shell. So what I will do now is I'm going to offset the surface. Come over here to my offset surface, and I'll click one, and you can see these arrows. Now when we offset the surface, arrows means it's going to offset going outside. If we flip it, it means it's going inside, but we want it to go outside. So we want it to be solid, yes, and I clicked the distance. I just typed it in just to show you. 0.6, enter. So I click it, and there we have our 0.6. And let me try this one, and we got it outside, and it's 0.6, and there we have it. Now we have various groups, but they are solid. They're grouped because we have our points in there still. So we have that done. Now we're going to put this back together, and I'll just flip this over again. And I'll just drag it out there to show you what we're going to do. We're going to align it, we're going to use those points as our alignment. So we're going to highlight that. Let me just see what we got here. Yes, we could highlight this one, and we're going to move it from point to point. Make sure my point is clicked, and we're going to move it from point to point. Now they're perfectly lined up. But one more time, actually before I do this, I'll undo this one more time. There. We could actually mill these now because they're solid. If you want to 3D print those 2 halves, you could 3D print them, and then you could put them together. But I'll show you, we're going to add some alignment pins, so you would be able to put them together once they are casted in your metal. So let me redo those, and those are together right now. Let's make our alignment pins. I want to draw 2 circles. It doesn't matter where I draw. Let me see if I can get on a wireframe there. Yeah, we'll just move that over. We do a circle there, and then we'll draw a circle here, somewhere here. It doesn't matter. Turn off my grid stamp. We'll do it right there. What I want to do, that's a little big, but that's okay. I'll draw it a little smaller just for fun. Okay, we'll draw our circle a little bit smaller. There. Now, we're going to offset these circles. So we're going to offset, and we'll go on the inside like that, and we'll offset this one. We'll go in it. We'll make this whole thing just a little bit bigger. Okay. And let's scale it up a little bit bigger. There. I think I'll delete that for right now. That way, and I'll offset that circle a little bit more through a point. And we'll go to a point. There. Now we're going to grab these 2 circles here, and we're going to drag them over. So they're somewhat inside, touching a little bit of that base there, and we'll drag this one over a little bit. That should be okay. I'll take this one just a tad bit more in. Too much. We'll try it like that. And I'll do the same here with just a little bit. Okay, we're going to extrude these 2 circles now. This one and this one. And we'll extrude them out a little bit. Let me grab both circles. Grab both circles, there we go. And we'll extrude them a little bit out like this. And we will boolean those together with this one and this one. So what we now have, what we've created, is we have, let me cut the, well, we have 2 little pieces like that inside. Let me undo this. I'm going to select, now these ones, the smaller ones, we're going to move them over. Not that far, but we'll move them over about like that. I'll get this one. Probably, I'll move that one in a little bit this way. And let's see. Okay, we've got this curve. Is that there pretty good? So we're going to take these 2 curves. First of all, I'm going to delete this curve so it's not picking that by accident. All right, now I'm going to take these 2 curves, and I'm going to run what they call a boss. Here's your boss. So select the boundary. We're going to select this as the boundary, and we should be, maybe I'll should be okay. Let's just see what we've got here. Now we've got these 2 pieces in there. These should be it's various groups. And we've got these two pieces in there. So we're going to undo this. And now we're going to boolean difference surface to, we're going to boolean difference it, surface to subtract from. We're going to subtract it from this surface, delete the cutters null, and we're going to do this one. And let's see what we have here. So now we have the two alignment pins, pins on this side and pins on the holes, the receiving pins on that side. So let me do this one more time. I'm going to flip this over. So right now we could get rid of our points. No, we'll keep the points right now. You could actually CNC or 3D print these two halves, then cast it and put them together and solder them. So let's put that back together. I'm going to pick my points and I'll cut those. We don't need those anymore. So we've got closed solid poly surface, closed solid poly surface. Now again, I would just go ahead and lay them out like I showed before. Two halves, print them or mill them as a double-sided flip mill, cast it in gold or silver, and then you could line them up and solder them shut, and you'd have a hollow Italian horn. I'm going to just for fun, we'll draw a circle on here that you could make your jump ring in the end, and you would solder that onto there or whatever you like to do. But if you wanted to do that, we could just pipe this. And you could pipe it for, well, whatever you like, you know. Add the jump ring on at the end if you like. And there you have it. I'll do a quick render so you can see what that will look like. Well, that's what you have there. That's what they look like. I didn't do the rendering. That's okay. You get the idea. You've got your two halves ready for milling or printing. You print them and then you assemble them back together and solder them, add your jump ring, and you have a beautiful Italian horn. Hope you enjoyed something and learned some things from this video, and I hope you always have fun when you're modeling. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or any of the above, and I'd ask a question. I'll be more than glad to help you if you have any issues, and try and follow along. Maybe get a horn and try and follow along and make one yourself and see how you like it. I hope you have fun and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.